Now betting for the sports animal.
It's pronounced Lyman.
Afternoon drive. Number 2, Menon,
I used to do that with
Nunley, and Fred Slow. Hey, Marie Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mike's hot.
Sorry. It's Friday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means Andy Lyman didn't put on his headset until 2 seconds before the start of the show, and he didn't know that his return was too loud. And then he starts pantomiming to me to turn it down. Like, you're not a professional? Is this your first day on the job? Andy Lyman, welcome.
It kind of is.
No. And also, radio is yes and. So it kind of is what?
Yes. And yeah, I messed up.
Isaiah, it's going to be a day for your boy. The boys are at Isotopes Ballpark. You know they're giving out clear plastic baggies, Isaiah, so all your homeboys can show off their Quaaludes.
Okay, I'm going to have to come get one myself. Come on a quick commercial break, run across the street.
I don't think you're going to do anything real quick after you have a Quaalude.
What year is it if you're going down that path? So we're live at the ballpark. It's going to be a fun one today. Do show up early. Gates are. It opens up. You can walk inside Isotopes Park at 5:30. They will be handing out, thank you to AARP, they will be handing out clear plastic bag entry deals.
Neat.
Yeah, they're like crossbody boys. You know what I'm talking about?
Like a bike messenger bag?
Not Indiana Jones.
No,
like a hip hop mogul would wear.
Right. Okay.
A sweet hip hop mogul.
Do you think that's what hip hop moguls wear? Clear bags into a baseball game?
If they have to go into
yeah, sure. Everyone does.
Yeah, everyone does.
It doesn't know money.
If you're big designer name brand, what's like the biggest designer out there? Calvin Klein.
I don't know that that's the case, but I know what Calvin Klein is.
It's up there.
It's got to be up there.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Okay. Good one today, Isaiah. Today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of Designer Brands. I-9 Varsity. Writing this note here. I-9 Varsity of Designer Brands. Okay, got it. Van's not here. He went to Denver today, so congratulations to his family as his daughter graduates the University of Denver.
That's neat too.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so Van, who is nay but a year or two older than I, his completely adult daughter graduating college. So if you wanted to send,
I bet you they don't have any clear bags at that event
in Denver because of the weed
graduation,
and the mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't Denver do both? Does Colorado do both?
I mean, as a city as a whole, probably not. But
don't forget that July 6th and 7th is the New Mexico Card Show. You can go to that Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5 p.m. Lots of stuff going on out there. We broadcast from it last year. We did a bunch of like card openings like on the air and kind of relived our nostalgia. Duke City Championship Wrestling, which is the wrestling organization that I own, we will be out there live in attendance, so it'll be a lot of fun to come out, hang out with us, and that'll be immediately following, 1 week following our big June 28th event. So get excited for that if you're one who's easily excitable about card shows. Isaiah,
I think it's cool that that's still a thing.
Card shows?
Yeah. It's just trading cards in general.
I think it's like a nostalgic thing too.
Yeah.
They don't draw the main like they used to.
Right.
But they draw like the dedicated.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll pay the whatever the cover is. I'm assuming it's $20. I have no idea. You'll pay you're going to go to this, right, Isaiah?
Yes, I already knew you were going with it. I didn't mean to cut you off. I want to go ahead and be proactive and let you know I'm going.
All right, well,
the schedule's changed. I'm going to start popping up at
Saturday and Sunday, July 6th and 7th. And Isaiah, I'll cover your cover because you can work the Duke City Championship Wrestling table for me. So there you go. So we'll get you in the building for free.
See, what he just did was said, I'm doing you a favor, and then just backed in with you also have a job for me.
That's a good skill. That's a good skill.
I mean, you worried about you're not going to get the right Garbage Pail Kid cards that you're trying to get or whatever?
No, I'm going to be in there scouting to see where I can insert myself.
That's all this.
Yeah. Where can I help out?
It's not just sports cards, basketball, football, hockey, and more. No, it is Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, WWF, and Funko Pop, and so much more. So get out there for that. Also, Ryan Maxwell puts this on, and he is the clubby for the Isotopes, and he is the nicest guy you will ever meet. He didn't obviously expect us really to talk about this at all, but it is a super fun and cool thing, and he's one of the nicest gentlemen I've ever met. So go ahead and get out to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to start off early today with our Isham Dental soundbite of the day, 505-881-0422. If you want Scott to put his fingers in your mouth, keep in mind they have it in my mouth. He can help give you the smile that I currently have, which many have identified as perfect, which is kind of crazy. I deserve this.
I heard nothing hurts like your mouth.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
Is that a rap lyric?
No.
You're doing it again, Andy.
It's a lyric to not rap, 90s.
You're doing okay. I'm following you now. Yep. It's the Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
This was while we were away. Sepp Straka on the tee at the par 3 ninth. Nice.
Good work. In round 2 of the U.S. Open for Sepp Straka, third ace here at the ninth, reported in U.S. Opens here. One made by Peter Jacobson and another by Zach Johnson.
Sepp Straka, who at the time was +2 on the par 3 ninth at the U.S. Open, 194. I believe he hit it with the 7, Andy, and he puts it in the hole.
He should just try to do that every time.
I agree.
Solid. Somebody's closer. So if anyone who took the less on hole-in-ones at the U.S. Open, sorry for you, one has been recorded, and it's the best part of golf, and it's not even close.
Yes, I agree. When I saw Steph Curry hit that hole-in-one, and obviously with him, his main skill in basketball being his shooting ability,
long range,
precision. Long range. So when I saw him hit the hole-in-one, I thought, number one, that's like the toughest thing to do in golf. So he pulls that off, and I'm like, this guy has just got
pretty good at golf.
Yes, and he's got great precision and just aim with his eyes.
Well, also, I mean, let's be really fair. There's what's the best way to say this? On TV golf, on PGA golf, on Live Golf, some of these greens are designed a little toilet bowl-y. Some of them are designed in a way to where if you put it, like when you put one of those pennies in the machine at the mall that's not a machine, and it just goes in a circle, 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 in a circle.
Like a tornado ride.
Thank you. Yeah,
like a circle.
Oh, like a circle. Yeah, okay. And it goes. Eventually, it goes down the hole.
Yeah.
And there's only been 2 previous hole-in-ones on this hole at the U.S. Open. Also, with the way the greens are set up, it was you'd hit a perfect shot, it would just roll off the back all yesterday and today. So this is not that. This is as special as hole-in-one gets. By what's old boy's name? Sepp Straka.
Yes.
Much easier game when you hit it in the hole in the first time. It's what they said. Just heads up, though, after this, he ends up hitting the flag on the third, but it canned into a bunker, and it ended up making a triple bogey 7. So the golf gods are harsh but fair.
Yeah, I mean, win some, lose some, right?
He probably mentally didn't care anymore. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to get out of here.
The dude that gets an ace is always pumped. The dudes next to you, way more pumped.
Well, especially if it means you have to buy a round for everybody back at the clubhouse.
Is that what that means?
A lot of times, yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then if you hit a hole-in-one, you have to buy a round. If you don't hit it past the women's tees, you have to buy a round. Is that one too?
Sure, I like that. Maybe. I think golfers have a lot. Let's just say golfers like to gamble a little bit.
Well, they better not have took the under on holes-in-one.
Also, another little side note, Steph actually, I remember he said that was the best feeling he's had ever with all sports.
Wow.
So basically he's had no shot in basketball that felt better than him hitting that hole-in-one. Now, obviously, he's had shots that meant more, I would imagine. but he has never like felt something like he felt when he shot the hole.
It's a little bit like crack, like hitting a really good golf shot. Like
Tell us more, Fred.
Yes, explain.
Well, I'm just saying, you guys ever been out there and just
Smoke
hit,
crack? No.
no,
No.
but
No.
just hit one on the nose. Have you ever been out there and just put it exactly where you wanted to put it, the exact way you wanted it to be put there? Like
Not in golf, but
Yeah, you're gonna have to see me play golf, and you'll know the answer is no.
I golfed this morning for the Rio Rancho Rapids Youth Soccer. Went out there with a little scramble with Andres Trujillo, one of the New Mexico runners. And I will play in 18. I will play 12 or 14 holes before I really lose interest. Like down the home stretch.
Yeah, some of those big courses, you get to 12, 13, hole 12, 13. You're like,
This has been enough.
yep, ready to go.
Yeah.
I live close to the 9 hole, and that's perfect for me sometimes.
Currently sitting atop the leaderboard, Ludwig Adberg, so no one had that in the whole world. Patrick Cantley right behind he, tied for second, and Matthew Pavon. So it has been a whole start to the U.S. Open, and it's kind of become a weird timing of this thing, and I think it has to do with global warming, but I don't really know. 3 of the 4 majors don't count the FedEx Cup really because it's kind of stupid. They're just kind of smashed into the first part of the summer now. Like there's not like a year long of golf. It's kind of like a quarter year of golf now.
You think it's too hot?
No, I think it's too fast.
Oh,
And I think like golf is, in my opinion, niche sports entertainment. It's not sports. And I think if you're going to catch regular fan, you need regular interval. And the idea that, you're always going to get golf diehard, 100%. But you're not going to get, us putting it in the A block today, we're 10 minutes in the show. It's been basically 10 minutes of golf talk. I mean, aside from giggling. If you're going to get a fan, you want to have a chance to engage a fan year round. And I don't think that's currently the strategy or layout that golf currently is. There's too much, too fast, and then too big of a drop before they finish the thing out.
sort of like actually playing golf. You get kind of tired.
Yeah, but you don't want your consumer to get tired. That's what I'm saying. Like you want.
That's true. Golf fans that watch golf on TV don't stop watching golf ever.
Yeah.
I went to Vegas with a friend and we shared a room. He just left the TV on the golf channel the whole time we were there.
For nothing.
Yeah, just because he could see it. And you realize they start replaying stuff.
I've seen golf fans. I used to work security in a bar, and I would see golf fans. Now it seemed like they had put money on it, but I've seen a group of golf fans that were more excited than anybody in the whole entire restaurant, including like basketball fans, football fans. And I would never think that you could get so like pumped for a sport where everyone's like told to be quiet if you're there.
Yeah, that's a good point. And there's like there's like a storyline S part to it. There's a highlight out there right now. Rory, Xander, and Scotty Scheffler, they're all playing the 5th hole, and the 5th hole is the one where it's like king of the hill for the hole for the for the flag, and it's if you get it in there, cool. And if you go for it, you're a hero. And if you don't, it's not going to just roll down. It's going to roll completely off the green. You're going to end up in the rough, possibly a primitive or native terrain or whatever. And then you're going to have to do it again. So Roy, Xander, and Scotty, they all go for the hole. They all go for it. Rory, it pays off. He hits the par. Xander and Scotty both take the double bogey. And you go, these guys are all the exact same level. Like these guys all have the exact same level of talent. Like these guys all know how to golf. Oh, that hole's better. That hole made you soft, or it showed that you weren't soft at all. And like I think that's where golf fan like draws their storylines. It's
okay.
That's their angle. It's not pro wrestling where I want to know Dirty Dom pocketed Liv Morgan's hotel key. I do want to know that. Like, but you can't tell me that story on the golf course. But you can tell me the story of the 5th hole.
Yeah. No, I think diehards know about the 5th hole, and that's what they're watching for, right?
Well, and it's not just, but all of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's every, I don't know, single course somewhere across the world. It's like, something weird is going to happen. There's a bunch of iconic ones.
Yeah.
But you end up telling those stories. And then, come Sunday, if names that are recognizable are in the mix, lots of people tune in. And if they're not, who did I just say was at the top? Let me pull it up again real quick. This Ludwig Ogberg, who I don't know.
Yeah.
He's somebody.
Yeah. Somebody knows him.
Yeah, but it's not.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not you or I or anyone else. It's golf, man. This Matthew Pavon was plus 2,000 to win this thing when it started. Thomas Dietrich was plus 2,200, and they're tied for 2 and 4th respectively, which is only a stroke apart. If you go on a Sunday with those names, unless you accidentally put a ton of money on this thing in the beginning on a guy that you were taking a flyer on because you're the kind of guy that can waste a ton of money. I guess waste isn't the word. Bet a ton of money.
Yeah.
Then you'll watch, but you're going to get me or you or Isaiah or any friend of the show to grab the clicker. The clicker is what the remote used to be called, Isaiah.
Okay. I was there for that.
Thank you. They grab the clicker and switch it over to golf. I don't think so. I don't think you will. Get Rory to come up. Where's he sitting right now? Tied for 7th. No, sitting alone in 7th. Xander sitting tied for 9th. And then just kind of the names from there. Sergio tied for 17th. Well, so there are some recognizable names in the mix.
Yeah, but if your favorites are down lower, I think you're right. You're more likely to, or you and I are more likely to go check the other sports channels, see what else is on.
Especially on a Sunday.
Yeah.
When we get back from the break tonight on a Friday, NBA basketball, we'll talk a lot about the matchup tonight. The weirdness around Luka has not stopped. Individuals now think he sucks, which is crazy because he has never sucked. But we'll go into that at depth. Also, immediately following the broadcast of this show, I, without Andy Lyman, am busting over to Buffalo Thunder to watch Bush.
I will be bugging you via text.
You want me to FaceTime you?
Yeah, just hold the phone up. Especially if you meet Gavin Rosdale.
It's going to be a good little night of sports and live music entertainment for me. Come down to the ballpark. I know tickets are available. Fun giveaway at the gate. It's the AARP over-the-shoulder body bag.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Okay, I did not. Friday Radio is the best radio. It's 2 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Yeah, it was my debut was in the 11th inning against the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
Denard Span.
Pretty good.
All right. Angel Pagan.
Mhm.
Okay. Buster Posey. Brandon Crawford.
Yeah.
Oh, and Hunter Pence.
And this is 2012, so they probably won the World Series that year because
2016 debut.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But it was they were still good.
Yeah.
The names in that lineup were really good.
Yeah. How'd you fare?
Ooh, it ended up being good. I'm known for not walking guys. I walked the first two guys.
Oh, of course,
I was like,
yeah.
what is this? And then ended up having a couple of good defensive plays and
Who's
got
the
out of
pitching
it.
coach at that time?
Mike Butcher.
Okay.
Yeah, he came out. He's like, "Hey, you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. All right, here we go. We're locked back in."
He comes out. He goes, "Koch,
Yeah.
Koch, how you doing?"
A funny story. My first professional outing, I got told 25 minutes before the game that I was starting because I used to be a starter. The pitching coach comes into the clubhouse. He doesn't know. He's like, "Koch." He's yelling, "Koch, where's Koch?" I'm like, "It's Cook. I'm right here." He's like, "You're starting." I was like, "Oh boy, here we go." But yeah, that's a funny story to start the career when the coach doesn't even know how to say your name.
Oh, it's so very funny. Joining us on the program, Matt Cook.
Yes.
We're talking a little bit about the Isotopes. We're talking about the up and down life that you have lived, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of AAA baseball, a lot of
Mhm.
Major League Baseball. Do you just keep a bag packed all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I've grown accustomed to packing light, getting
Yeah.
ready for the seasons. But I mean, you get used to it. You become accustomed to meeting new people and try to integrate into clubhouses pretty quick, and you get used to the travel lifestyle.
I think here in Albuquerque, we like to think of ourselves as the most rabid fan base. But
Yeah.
I mean, where have you seen the most diehard fans out of all the places you played?
Oh man, I mean, minor leagues, AAA. This is
Yeah.
top tier. I mean, the way we draw and how the fans are into the games, and especially mariachi nights, and I mean, it's a blast to play here when the fans are packing it out for sure.
Matt Cook joining us on the program. We're talking obviously Isotopes baseball. We're talking the world of pitching. Give me a name of a guy. Give me a name of a guy when he stepped into the box against you and you went, "Oh my God, I'm a Major League Baseball player."
Oh, it was probably Buster Posey,
Yeah.
my first big league outing.
How
I was
crazy.
like, I got runners on first and second, nobody out. I'm facing Buster Posey. But I was able to get him out, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And it all settled down from there.
You have a ball from that game. What do you have? You have to have something. Mom had to have wanted something.
I don't have anything for my debut. I'm not
No.
a huge keepsake guy.
Sure.
You probably end up having a bunch of junk if you just.
yeah. But I didn't get the ball for my first win. I didn't get the ball for my first save. My first strikeout got thrown into the stands because it was the third out of the inning.
Yeah.
I do have my first hit. My one and only big league hit.
Stop.
I have that. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
walk us through the entire thing. How sick to your stomach were you?
Oh, I was pumped. It was in Philly. And we were doing pretty well. I think we're up like 6-1 or something.
Yeah, but
It
they
was-
let you hit. That's nice.
Yeah, and it was back in my starting day, so
Yeah.
I was into the fifth or the sixth inning, and this is hard for me to say because if you look at my hitting stats, I've probably struck out 75% of my
okay.
big league at
Got a
bat.
real Martin Maldonado.
But I laced this ball to center field. I was like, oh my gosh, I can hit.
First hit
Put
in
me in-
high school, right?
I had a couple in the minor leagues before that. Yeah, but it felt like it. And then I get back in the dugout, and the boys are making fun of me because they said it should have been a double. I was like, boys, come on, dude. I got on base. I was excited.
And when you run, you look like a pelican pretending to walk. So there's no way for you to get over there. Matt Cook joining us on the program. I had to golf all morning, right? I got a hard life.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
you.
The wind, though, it was tough, right?
It was tough. I tried to hit it straight, and it only went kind of straight. That's do you take advantage of like the courses here on your Mondays? Are you that guy?
I have, but not recently. Getting up there in age, so I try to take those recovery days as recovery days and try to get my body ready for the next week. So I know there are some guys out there. Sandia is a great course. I've been out there a few times, and it's a blast. I love golf. I'm not very good, but I'm out there with the boys and having a good time.
Same.
Do you keep an eye on the Open? Do you keep an eye when there's a big one going on?
Yeah. I'm following a little bit. I can't tell you who's in the lead right now.
No, I can, but you don't know who he is. Ludwig Aidberg? I don't know that.
Actually, some guys were talking about him in the clubhouse. I guess he's a sneaky,
Sounds
really
made
good.
up. Sounds like a made up name.
I guess he's sneaky good.
DeChambeau has moved into third, and Matthew Pavon, who is currently sitting at plus 1,600, if that's a thing that matters to anyone listening to us, sitting at second. So
Wow.
the top of the leaderboard looks weird.
Yeah, that's a bunch of names that you don't really hear out there.
No. The DeChambeau cat is interesting because he can hit it a mile, but I guess this is the U.S. Open. the way it's being played right now at Torrey Pines, it's not the one.
Yeah.
It's not the course where you can just bomb it
Yeah, I
down or
heard the
whatever.
greens are tough. Like just upside down bowl and
Yeah.
everything's rolling off. I heard it's been tough.
The best pitch you've ever made or the best shot on the golf course you've ever made?
Ooh, man, I've had to make so many chips because I usually miss the green. I did when my best memory was I was like 13 years old and it was a par 3 and I put it in like a foot from the hole. That's
Yeah.
probably my best shot of my life, and it's happened 20 years ago now.
Just like Andy, you climaxed when you were 13. Matt Cook,
Hey yo,
thank you so very much for joining us.
thank you guys. I
on
do
the program.
appreciate it.
You got to get back to the team. You didn't pitch last night, so tonight, obviously, very available.
Yeah, very available.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah, so let's get this winning streak today.
Whenever we get back from the break, the NBA Finals wrap up tonight, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's tune it on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Back live at Isotopes Park this Sunday. Father's Day, pregame catch on the field. Fireworks tomorrow night. Free crossbody bag today at 5:30 in 1 hour.
It's not a body bag.
What's it called?
Oh, crossbody bag. I think a body bag is something very specific.
Yeah, I think I heard Josh actually refer to it like as a body bag.
I think it's a body bag, right?
But no, but I'm siding with Andy on this one. Either that or our minds are a little crossed.
That's probably true regardless. For me, at least.
I'm gonna get the crossbody bag and then I'm gonna take it to Bush tonight.
Bring all your stuff.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, "What is that?" And I'm gonna be like, "It must be my body bag. I'm bringing it in."
Where you're gonna put all your little things?
Nice.
Is it like it's not like a when I think body bag, I'm thinking like a poncho type of thing.
I'll grab one for you. It's not a razor blade suitcase.
I think those Bush references might be going past Zay.
I don't catch any of the Bush things.
That's true.
I got a lot to learn.
It's about really good '90s grunge rock. Yes, you
Or
do.
don't. I mean, you'd be okay without knowing Bush trivia, probably.
I've been sparking my old timer music catalog.
Hey Siri, what does sparkin' mean? Just trying to get on your level here, Isaiah. It says the small fiery particle thrown off from a fire. Okay.
I don't think that's what Zay was talking about.
Yeah, no.
Okay, got
I
it.
don't think he's setting music on fire.
Spark, opening a new door.
Like a new spark, a flame.
I'm starting up my
Like an electric vehicle.
Yep, exactly.
You spark it up. Yes.
Okay, got it. The Boston Celtics are about to become NBA champions tonight. They will obviously pass the Los Angeles Lakers as the franchise with the most championships. And if Jason Tatum scores 30, he will become, by passing one Kobe Bryant, the most postseason points by a player age 26 or younger. So the Lakers are about to take a triple loss tonight.
I really love those super specific stats.
Where the Celtics are better than the Lakers?
Yeah.
Well, even if the Celtics have, let's be honest here. What's the most meaningful championship that Boston has? As far as our
next
memory?
one.
No, and not even.
This one.
Right, that's a great answer.
It's 100% this one.
But what can you say? 2008, the Lakers topped that one off in 2010. We got a revenge. So other than that, you got the Kobe Shaq era.
Yeah.
The last Boston era was Bird.
No, they won one with Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, that's the 08 one I referred to.
Here's what I'm saying. 08 was like 12 years ago.
Exactly.
I don't believe that.
And the Lakers.
Oh my God, it was 16 years ago.
That doesn't seem right.
Time flies. 16 years ago. That doesn't matter.
The Lakers won in 2020.
There's only one guy. Okay, hold up.
Yeah, I wasn't around for your bubble championship.
Hey,
thing.
Dylan Storm of the Isotopes, can you bring me a crossbody bag that I can show on camera real quick? It's difficult to make it make sense on air. You're the best. So, you're the best. So, as Dylan Storm, the voice of the Isotopes on the field, is bringing us a crossbody bag. So, once the Celtics win this championship, become the greatest franchise in the history of professional sports, surpassing the Lakers, they should just stop playing basketball forever. Like, it's over at this point.
Or what? I guess I don't agree. Why would you just stop?
What else is there to play for?
Beat your own record, I guess.
Oh, they can keep piling it on. I like that. Because this is the start of a dynasty.
Yeah.
They're going to dynasty on top.
Nah. I'm a Lakers fan here, but Wemby's coming. Spurs, I believe the Spurs are coming. And they're like, I don't think I've ever seen a team where one or two players could make such a big difference unless it was like prime LeBron being a free agent.
All right, we got to grab a break here in a second, but before we do, So I'm currently holding. I don't know if you can see this.
Okay.
Definitely
So-
can't fit a body in there.
This is a
Yeah.
crossbody bag. So it's. I would describe this as smaller than my hand, but I have gigantic hands.
Yeah,
So that's not a very good measurement
It's like a
for a lot of
bag.
people.
smaller than a body bag.
And it has it has a smaller frontal pocket, like a kangaroo would have to put a joey in. You know what I'm talking about? So
This thing's pretty cool.
So you put a little joey in the front, and then it comes with a strap. All right, so now I'm strapped. Okay. So am I using that correctly, Isaiah? Is this what being strapped is? So also, hey, low key, this isotope strap. This is about the coolest thing I've ever seen.
No, I'm digging this bag.
Hey,
I'm really
this strap's
liking
going
it.
to end up on my luggage. Like, this thing is legit. So, all right, hey, this might be a top tier giveaway right here, Isaiah.
Okay.
Like, this thing is in the top tier neighborhood. So the bag, I don't know how many quarts this is. This would hold 2 shelf sizes of Peter Pan peanut butter,
It's a shelf size.
not a Costco size.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So this thing is very, very good, and it is now in my possession. So there you have it. When we get back from the break, this is gonna be a fun one because we did just have a lot of fun with Matt Cook, but this is a fun one. When we get back from the break, joining us, Patton Battenfield, who pitched yesterday, and we're going to talk to about Isotopes baseball. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. We're live from the ballpark, and we're about to spend 10 good minutes with Patton Battenfield. Patton, welcome, brother. How are you? Did I say Peyton or Patton? Put that right next to your mouth, big dog. Peyton with us. Welcome to the show, brother. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
I think I said Patton because I was going to go into that Civil War joke I was telling you out there.
Yeah, I got you.
I was like, Peyton Manfield, that has to be a Civil War name. How could that not be? Then it was so funny during the break. We're talking about our heritage. Is there a time in all of our lives where we just got obsessed with like our family tree? Did that happen to all of us?
I heard about most of mine from my grandpa. He did a lot of research, and then my father-in-law has done a little bit for my side of the family, but I haven't really looked into it a ton. I just kind of listened and tried to remember as much as I could from what they told me.
Give it time. You become obsessed at some point.
Yeah. Like they say, you get to a certain age, you either start smoking meats or learn a lot about World War II.
I've already been through my World War II phase. All right, Peyton. So you're with we were just talking about Cleveland. We were talking about your debut last year. Coming up now, you were only in Cleveland the 1 year, right?
I was traded there in 2021 at the deadline.
Oh, okay.
So I was in AA for the remainder of 2021, and then AAA pretty much all of 2022, except for the 3 days I went up to Toronto because someone wasn't vaccinated, basically.
Right.
And then started the year in Cleveland in 23, and then it was, I think, week 2 I went up and was up for a month and a half, and then went on the IL.
Was any of the IL? Oh God, does that feel like purgatory?
Yeah, I mean, for me it was a little worse just because I was still new, being up in the big leagues. So like the older guys, they get to kind of stay there, rehab in Cleveland.
Yeah.
For me, I had to go to Arizona, and so like just being away from everybody, being with a bunch of young guys, pretty isolating. But
in your time up there, did it feel at all a distraction, the name change of the team? Was there any of that stuff around the city or the fan base or anything?
no, not in 2023. I think pretty much everyone's accepted it at this point, and really you don't hear people mess up a ton unless they're true fans for a long time. You know, they've said it one way for so long that it's a little different for them. But for the most part, like you see most people wearing all the new gear and stuff. They do a good job of doing like jersey giveaways and stuff up there and stuff. So I think their marketing team does a pretty good job up there.
Peyton Battenfield joining us. He wears number 49 for your Isotopes, Andy.
They play Wild Thing in Cleveland a lot.
No, I don't think I ever heard it
I
actually.
feel like they should.
The best pro wrestler from Cleveland is a guy named John Moxley. Used to be in the WWE's Dean Ambrose, and that's his walkout music because of
Major League.
Rick Rowan. Yeah,
for sure.
Did you have a movie like that? Because you're a young blood, right? 25, 26?
26.
26. Did you have a sports movie when you were a kid coming up? Was there one that you just had on repeat?
The bench warmers.
Yep, that's the worst one.
Yeah, that's not really baseball, but it made me laugh a lot when I was younger. I always liked the Sandlot.
Yeah,
It's classic.
I grew up loving the Cubs. The first team I played for,
Sorry to hear that.
when I was 5, was the Claremore Cubs, and so I always rooted for them. And so Rookie of the Year, I used to love that movie. I can still quote that one pretty good.
Do the guys in the clubhouse or the bullpen whenever you're during a game? Is there ever any like movie talk? Is that like a big like way for dudes to connect when they're coming together as a team?
Depends on the people. For me, my wife's family, they watch a lot of movies and they quote movies all the time.
You don't want to be the guy who doesn't get all the quotes.
Like I quote movies all the time. They over quote movies to me. Like they do it way more than I do. So it's one of those things. Like you'll be down there, I'll be quoting movies all the time, and like people kind of just look at you and they're like, "Oh, you're not understanding the reference." So when that happens, you're like, "Oh man, I feel kind of stupid right now." But
don't you also hate when people quote movies and it's like the quotes that's not memorable? Have you ever met somebody like that?
If you do it, I don't notice because I wouldn't know.
Yeah. But when somebody's like, "Oh yeah, that's from such and such," like, that's not a quotable
If I have
line.
to explain the quote I'm doing, it's not worth it.
Right.
So Isaiah Johnson back in the studio, you can see there on our live stream. So throughout the course of this show, I'm going to Bush after this. I'm going over to the Buffalo Thunder. I'm going to watch the first album I ever bought was 16 Stone. I'm going to relive my childhood. So we've been doing Bush references all first hour of the show. And Isaiah, who's your age, is just going, I don't get it.
I've got no clue what you're talking about.
But
That was the first concert I ever went to, 1995.
how old were you in 1995, Peyton?
I don't think I was even an idea. I wasn't even an idea at that point.
Peyton Bedingfield joining us on the program. We're laughing a lot, having a lot of fun. Pitch yesterday, right?
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days
Okay.
ago, yeah.
Is today Friday already? It's
Yeah.
I did that earlier too. So pitch 2 days ago. Not the worst outing all year.
It's tough throwing here.
Yeah.
It's just this area. It gets in your head a little bit too. Just knowing that if the ball's not hit on the ground, there's risk that it's going to go out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
And even balls on the ground, there's the infield and outfield play so fast here. If it's not almost directly at people.
Our wonderfully thin air, huh?
The thin air, and then you got thin grass and a hard ground. So balls on the ground, balls in the air. It's like everything doesn't play as good as it should.
Yeah.
On balls in play.
Just catch them.
Yeah.
All right. So on Wednesday, was that a challenge night or was that automated ball strike?
Automatic.
Okay. Is that the first thing you look at when you know you're turning the rotations coming up?
No, I mean it's out of my control. There's nothing I can really do about it.
Yeah.
And really challenging. The challenge system is really the same thing. You may get a few more calls just because of the human error and people don't want to burn challenges. But either way, the zone's pretty tight.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it's something that's not in my control. It's not really something I want to worry about.
Greg Maddox said to me one time, a lot of his success with the strike zone was his strong interpersonal relationships with officials. So he said having that and having them behind the plate often helped him. There's almost not incentive for you to do that. There's almost not incentive for you to say hello when.
Well, I know. So early in my career in pro ball, especially, like I always say that umpires would motivate me a little bit. They'd make me a little angry, which I felt like made me throw better to some degree. And I feel like I can't get that anger with umpires because, and not that I don't respect them. I mean, they're doing their job, right? It's just part of it is something that I could use for motivation.
Yeah.
Now it's like you can't do that because it's not their call, really.
No, they're nothing but a mouthpiece.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's one of those things. Like one of the umpires on this crew, actually, I've had since my start in Double-A, and so I've been around him a good bit, and I have a lot of respect for him. And he can take it. He'll give it right back too, which I like. He doesn't just toss you immediately if you say something to him.
We were talking earlier about the best fans, most rabid fan base, but do you think Albuquerque might has the best hazers, the best
like chirps from the stand?
Yeah.
That's hard to say. New York, like Yankees fans, and even some Chicago, like the White Sox fans, they can
Tell you about it a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Hayden, thank you so much, brother.
Yeah,
This is a fun little sit down. You're available tonight, right? Or no? So you're pitching on Sunday.
Tuesday.
No, it's
Tuesday, yeah.
How do these rotations even work?
So with 5-man for the Monday off day, basically it's every 6th day. But if you start Tuesday, you'll start Sunday.
And then if someone's down for a rehab, the whole thing's thrown off.
It can be. For us, it wasn't really thrown off because, like, Noah Davis was supposed to start yesterday.
Yeah.
Instead, he ends up piggybacking at the end of the game.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hayden, thank you so much, brother. Whenever we get back from the break, only 1 hour of this program left. And then Sean joins us for Ice Tips Baseball. Streaming on live from the Ballpark, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. This gal that I broke up with before I met my gal.
And in the Olympic circle,
Social media.
Marie Castillo.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to Two Men On. I, of course, am Fred Slow, Andy Lyman alongside me, Isaiah Johnson back at the studio. And
Not here, man.
Van's not here, man. He's in Denver celebrating the graduation of his daughter from the University of Denver. Congratulations to the Nunley family. She will be successful, and that'll be a fun change of pace for the Nunley family.
Yeah, no more.
Yeah.
Not another radio.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
be a cool thing for them. Want to do positive things and help others. Let's go.
His parents can finally be proud.
Hung out with Van's parents yesterday at Sadie's. They came down for dinner.
Yeah.
And they're far too nice for the person he turned out to be.
That happens. He's like the Alex P. Keaton of the Nunley family.
I don't know what that means.
Did he pick up the tab?
I mean, it was Sadie's, bro. It's not good.
Oh.
It was, yeah.
Well, it's about the thought that counts.
Sadie's treats the boys pretty well. Like,
Nice.
Yeah,
So I mean that. Okay, so I'm a boy. Andy, we're boys.
Yeah, not
Okay.
the boys. That we're not the boys.
Maybe with the
Oh, we're not
Yeah.
the boys.
BOIS.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Me, Andy, Pat Davis, owner of the paper, and Van Nunley are all in a text thread called the Paper Boys.
Yeah.
And it's not as active as it once was. It's a less active thread
Yeah.
than it historically was.
I didn't even know. I don't know that I knew we had that thread.
You're in it,
Okay.
I think. The WNBA is the season's basically over at this point, is my understanding.
Yeah.
So
Turns out one woman can't just carry the whole league.
yeah, well, and all the handful of longtime fans are like, love Caitlin Clark, hate the discourse. We hate that people are talking about this thing. We're too hip. We don't want anyone else to know about it. We're those guys. Okay. Okay. Fred, Diana Taurasi has 21 games with 20 or more points at age 40 or older, surpassing Michael Jordan as the most of any player in NBA or WNBA history. That's not a real statistic. If Michael Jordan was also playing against the talent in the WNBA, it would be 21 games of 50 points or more. Maybe 100. I'm not joking.
I mean, that seems like an unfair matchup, but you're right.
Also, me, you, Isaiah, and all the friends of the show, we are the new longtime WNBA fans. It has felt like a long time that we've been watching it.
Yeah. What, a few weeks?
Yes.
Well, me personally, I remember, in my younger days, I always had a fandom for Skylar Diggins. She was always a.
Now, let me Google who that is. Hold on.
Just broke his heart.
Skylar
Diggins. Well, she really is.
Bad news, she's married.
Yes, but what happened was Drake, I think, wore her jersey. Her husband threw a big fit about it. So then everyone's like, who is this girl that Drake wore a jersey for? And then boom.
Is this girl on the Olympic team?
Not currently, I don't believe. I think she's maybe too old now.
She's 33, brother. That's not that old.
It's not old, but
careful.
In Olympic terms, I mean, she could be on the team. I don't know if she's that good.
All right, looking at the women's Olympic basketball team.
Like, again, I don't think many people knew who she was before that happened. But Candace Parker, I was always a fan of Candace. And Kobe was the big WNBA guy because obviously he had all daughters. So I always kind of kept a little eye on it. But no, I didn't watch any games.
Yeah, she's not.
We get it, Zay. You watch the WNBA more than us.
Yeah, you're the cool one. Brittany Griner's on the team. That's good. Chelsea Gray, never heard of her. Kalia Cooper, not sure. Nafisa Collier, I don't think I've heard of her either. No, I know who that is. So she is from St. Louis.
That's what, of course. That's
why I know who that is.
Yeah. You have a list of everybody from St. Louis in your head.
Sabrina Ionescu, is that how you say her name? She's on the team, respectfully so.
Yeah, but I don't know her either. Jewel Lloyd, not sure. Kelsey Plum. Brianna Stewart, I have heard of. she plays for the Liberties. She's pretty good.
You don't remember the 3-point contest when Sabrina went head to head with was it Steph? Yeah, it was Steph. It was this last 3-point contest. She did pretty well. She did better than some of the original NBA players did.
Yes, probably. I mean,
15. She scored like a 15.
I mean, that's pretty good. I'm not impressed by it. Also, I'm trying to find the relation. I don't see it. So Kalia Collier is also from St. Louis, Missouri, and she is the president of like basketball relations for the Spurs, and I bet they're related. If I had to like super guess at it,
I think you'd have a pretty good shot at being right.
I just texted her to see if that was true. I don't know. Diana Taurasi, who I do know, is a pretty good little basketball player. She's on the team. Alyssa Thomas as well. Asia Wilson. Jackie Young. I just don't know who most of these players are. But here's the point I'm trying to get to, not knowing. The players that I do know of, like Caitlin Clark, are not on the team.
Right.
So when I tune into this thing, and also I think U.S. Olympic gold matters. Like, I think in basketball, that one matters. Now, if we were talking tennis or golf or boxing, I don't think Olympic gold matters. I think it matters for gymnastics, swimming, basketball, all those weird Olympic sports that this is the only time they get track and field.
Yeah.
Golf, no. Boxing, no. Baseball, no. That 3-on-3 basketball tournament, I'm going to say yes, because that thing's weird now. Yeah. Is skateboarding officially there, Isaiah? Can you look that up? Like, that matters to me.
There's not skateboarding in the Olympics, but there's the X Games.
No, there is skateboarding in the Olympics because there's
there is.
Yeah, a woman from Albuquerque was on the women's team for the inaugural women's team.
Maze? Was that her name?
Nice.
I'm totally drawing a blank on her name.
That's all right.
Stupid right now.
I feel stupid too. Yeah, so skateboarding is at the Paris 2024 Olympics.
Cool.
Yeah.
The computer here was being worked on in front of me at the studio, so I wasn't able to fact check.
Yeah, so you put a work on.
Mariah Duran is her name.
Yeah, Mariah Duran.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's super nice the one time I met her. But all that stuff, yes, 100% I'm in. Also, sports that have judges, I don't like.
Yeah. You have to hold up the card and the.
No, they don't do that anymore. It's like a thing now.
Well,
the card was dramatic.
Yeah.
Like in the dunk contest, but they only hand out 9s and 10s in the dunk contest. The rest of the cards don't even exist.
I agree with you, though. The judges, I'm like, let's just figure out a scoring system where people don't have to.
Well, I think pro wrestling should be in the Olympics if we're going to go with judges, because I think you could get guys to go out there and do the best looking pro wrestling match you've ever seen and judge that.
I was gonna argue with you on this, but then I'm thinking about there's that one thing where you twirl the ribbon.
Gymnastics?
Yeah. If that's in there, pro wrestling.
That's what I'm saying.
There, yeah.
Like if you were to get like 2 dudes, forget it, call it tag team. You're going to get 4 dudes to go out there and spend 4 years putting together the best choreographed, go at it, pro wrestling, lock up, throw down, turn around, storytelling kind of thing.
There's some physical ability that goes with it.
There's lots.
Some.
You're going to tell me right now that hitting like a frog splash off the top rope is less difficult than a sow cow? They're of equal difficulty.
I'm going to guess no.
I want to experience. I've thought about it. I want to experience that. If I join Duke City Championship Wrestling, will you put in a stunt where I can leap off the rope into a table? Maybe the person who I jump onto can roll out of the way.
Zay's talking about this, that he can just like sign up and become a wrestler.
Yeah,
when I join.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to go to practice?
Well, no, like, of course.
You have to be safe. That's the whole thing. And it's like artists painting with a brush. Like, I can hand you the brush, which is Duke City Championship Wrestling. I can't tell you how to paint with it. Like, you and your, like, I was going to say opponent, but in this example, it would be your teammate.
Right.
Because if synchronized swimming is an Olympic gold medal, tell me that pro wrestling shouldn't be.
Dressage, is that the horse?
Where they dance on the horses?
Yeah. The crip dancing horses.
We also don't know what is or isn't still gold medaled.
Yeah, I don't know.
They take stuff out all the time.
Yeah. In the Winter Olympics, there's the skiing and shooting.
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is it just called skiing and shooting?
I think so. It might have a name. They try out stuff all the time. I think paintball was tried out one time.
Oh wow.
Like they try out. Like there was like downhill inline skating was tried out for a while. They like all in the problem that ends up occurring is you get a country that's really good at a thing.
Yep.
Like whatever hoop stick game, and then no other country is playing it, and you're like, well, you can't. This can't be a worldwide game. No one else is playing it.
Then all of a sudden you get a Jamaican bobsled team just blow everyone out of the water.
They did not blow everyone out of the water.
You're right.
That's not how that happened.
They won our hearts though.
Yes, that's why they took softball out.
Because of Jamaica?
No, because the U.S. would just win every single one.
Oh yeah, yep.
By 100 runs, and they were like, "No, take a little break. Wait for the rest of the world to catch up."
I thought Japan just won. When I was over in Europe this last summer, we saw a softball game, and they were playing this team that actually was from America, but there was a Japanese lady, and I guess she had just won like an Olympic medal on a Japanese softball team.
So you believe, and I just want to make sure I get this correct. Last year, when there wasn't the Olympics, that Japan won.
There was definitely a softball tournament that
100%. Yeah, there are World Cups, there are Opens.
Yeah, the World Cup. Maybe it was a World Cup, not a World Olympics.
Yeah, there's all of that stuff.
Still world though.
Sure, but it's not the Olympics.
I'm thinking now Japan is one of those countries where we can invent a sport that we're only good at, and Japan will figure out.
Softball was featured at the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo in its first Olympic appearance since 2008. So there you go. Because like I said, they took it away. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look. I should know that. I mean,
if Japan wins, you owe me an apology on there, or you have to admit you were wrong.
No, why would I? There was Olympics last year.
If Japan softball won the Olympics in 2020, which would then make my last statement about whoever I saw potentially being an Olympic gold medalist, would then become back true.
I have no idea.
It looks like
USA.
I don't know. It looks like Japan. We're saying 2020.
Are you sure? Because it looks like here, like USA didn't lose a game. That's how
that also tracks.
Yeah.
Oh wait, okay. So wait, update here. So in 2020, which was 4 years ago, not last year, Japan beat Australia. So there you go. And I don't think it's in this year.
Probably. No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's not in this year. That's what I'm saying. There's not enough of the world plays it. I knew that, and I was put together on that, and you two had me doubting it.
I don't think enough of the U.S. plays it.
Softball?
Yeah.
Not well.
I mean, it's fun.
It's good around the Sun Belt.
It's a after work thing.
Yeah, but for the ladies,
you can have a softball team of guys.
Oh God, you ever had like a softball team of like guys that try really hard? Because that sucks, dude.
No, and the second part, no.
Like I've been on those teams, and there is nothing fun about that.
The only thing that makes softball fun with your bros is when you have some beers on the dugout and you're hanging out.
Hey, Fred, we're creeping up on our final at bat here, not due to outs or innings, but because we have a time limit. Because it's impossible to get outs unless you hit too many home runs in softball. So what we really need you to do here, player, is we really need you to go up there and get another run because the score is currently 31-30. And you're like, oh, this thing sucks, man.
Who cares?
Yeah. You know what happens after I win this game? I don't get a discount at Applebee's.
Yeah.
I gotta just go home.
I got to get a DD to take me home.
Yeah, you know what happens after I lose this game? I don't get a discount at Applebee's. Just go home. Men's league softball is the bottom tier of ways to hang out.
I think it's work. I think it's work hangout. I think it's the people that you work with that you wouldn't hang out with otherwise.
There's nothing worse than when your work believes that you should be friends.
Yeah. When your boss wants to be your friend.
Isaiah, how many friends I got at work? Tell the truth. You're trying to count.
Two max, including Van.
And Van don't count.
And Zay's including himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so then two. If I'll include myself.
Yeah. Hey, Inside Radio, I'm the reason Isaiah works here. Like, Isaiah would not work here. Like, Isaiah is my friend. And then outside of that, like if Kaylina were to call the show right now and be like, "Fred's my friend," I'd be like, hang up. That's not true. We are not friends.
It's an imposter.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go with Natasha Liba and JJ Buck to the Isotopes Adaptive Clinic, and it's going to be the most fun, and we're going to help a ton of people. The three of us are not going to hang out afterwards.
Right.
That's not how this thing works. They're both very nice.
Okay, so let's like act the role here. So pretend I'm JJ.
All right.
And I ask you, there's about 10 minutes left.
Yep.
I say, hey, Fred, you want to go grab some drinks?
Oh, sorry, brother. I'm booked up. I got to go over to the Marriott Pyramid and host Comic-Con as I'm the panel for Jimmy Hart and Scott Steiner. He's going to go, that's the stupidest excuse of all time. I'm going to go, it's actually the truth.
I really hope JJ is listening and was planning on asking you out for a drink.
JJ's so funny, too. The way he would ask would be like that. The exact way Isaiah just said. Just because Isaiah said it. But also, me and JJ and Natasha Liba, we're not going to immediately after the Adaptive Clinic, Roadrunner, and Little League, we're not going to be like, hey, guys, throw us some slow pitchers and let's hit it over the fence. Yeah. Like, that's not going to happen. That's a lame existence.
I do think that you separate, even if you start as friends and start working together, you're probably going to not be friends by the time you're right.
Men's league softball surviving COVID is the most unexplained thing to me in the history of the world.
That was a pretty popular sport during COVID, wasn't it?
Hey, you open up my garage right now, like you have to wipe dust off of my softball bag. Like I'm worried that my sweet Worth 14-inch leather glove that
your soft what?
Worth?
Oh,
that it has just been dissolved away because it's got no use. God. Also, I used to be fairly good at softball, and whenever that stopped being easy and I had to put work in, okay, update here on the concourse. The wind is picked up and we have to go to break.
Yeah.
Because everything's about to blow over. It's Tubing on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Back live at Isotopes Ballpark, where some of the best part of radio, entertainment, sports that aren't inside of a building is when you get to become a amateur weatherman.
Yep.
What words will you use to describe
This
what
is
is currently occurring?
Low pressure front.
Yep.
It's windy and maybe rainy.
I'm gonna call Steve Stucker. We gotta figure this thing
You don't
out.
think he's here?
No, not
Dogs in tow.
I called him over the weekend. We were doing a big yard sale, and we had a bed. You know, he does the beds for kids stuff. It's like a super good program, actually. Like there's no punchline.
Yeah.
It's like how many kids Steve Stucker helps. It's
Yeah.
it's like a grip. It's so many. So I called him. I'm like, hey, brother, I got this bed over here, like it's kid size or whatever. You want to come scoop it up? And he's like, yeah, go to the website, fill out this thing. Some guys will come over there and get you. I go, Steve, I'm not going to the website. I'm calling you. I'm like, do you want this bed or not? It's a wild, nice guy. Super nice. NBA Finals conclude tonight. The Boston Celtics will beat up on the Dallas Mavericks. And the Luka conversation is turned a weird tide. So I'm now seeing a bunch of like former reports of, or coaches have said this, or here's an instance when Luka was not nice to an official, not nice to a reporter, too fat, didn't listen to his coach. Like, how quickly the tide has turned on a dude that, if you ask me, probably hasn't deserved to have the tide turned on him.
I mean, we're all human, right?
Sure, but expand.
Well, I just think I feel like fans are so quick to jump on people when maybe they get a little out of pocket, let's say.
But are they?
I think. Maybe it's the news fault. Maybe it's the reporter.
That's what I do think. That's what I'm trying to go with. Is a manipulation, because I don't think the actual perception of him, his approach to the game, his success that he has had, I don't believe that has fallen off in the way that these people who have chosen to hate, that have chosen to be filled with vitriol, I don't believe that they actually have like a grounds to stand on.
I think we live in a world of clicks, right?
Keep going.
We need people to click on stories, and so you're trying to paint the picture of here's this guy who's a real jerk,
but not.
That's what I mean. Is that it's sensationalized? Yeah, I think I agree with you on that.
But then, like, how easily influenced or easily, manipulated are the fans of this game? Or maybe also because it's the finals, but the numbers are real down. Or maybe also it's sets of eyes that haven't necessarily been on this that are being so easily convinced. Because I don't see, and maybe it also doesn't exist, longtime Dallas Mavericks fan, I don't see that fan base going, no. We need a scapegoat. It's not a roster built. Sorry to cut you off. It's not a roster built to win championships right now. It has two players that have to every night have the best game they've ever had.
Maybe that's what it is. They're trying to make it more interesting.
Who's they? The media?
Yeah, that fake news.
It's not fake though. It's manipulated. It's like you wanted to a week ago anoint someone as the next one. And if you're a Boston Celtics fan, you wanted to be Jason Tatum, and you're actually struggling a little bit that it's going to be Jaylen Brown. And if you're Dallas Mavericks fans, you want it to be Luka Doncic, but you'd be okay if it was Kyrie Irving, but not really because he's weird.
Right.
And now, because in the national media and all these individuals' parts or whatevers, they don't care. They will take whichever one, they'll put a crown on top, and everyone else can wear a jester's hat. And they're having a hard time convincing me that Luka is a jester when I'm looking right at Kyrie, who not just professionally, but personally is a clown.
Yeah. But hands down, easy.
And then you get like a bunch of really talented 20-year-olds or whatever, and what they do is they go and do super cuts of highlights of the Celtics and super cuts of highlights of the Mavericks, and if they work for the Celtics, they make the Celtics look like they've been shined up greater than the greatest shoe shine in the history of shining. And if they're the Boston Celtics, they make Dallas look like the biggest blemish in the history of anything. And you go, I can be easily convinced by a quick edit.
Didn't Dallas do that to themselves?
With their play on the court, yeah. It's not untrue. Years ago, there was this YouTube video, 2012. A guy named Jeff, the YouTube channel is called Jeff and Alyssa. And I can't tell you this guy's name, it's probably Jeff. So he did this YouTube video called Why I Hate Religion But Love Jesus. It's a spoken word thing. Have you seen this? No. And what it is, it's the oldest argument of all time. Kind to each other. Use.
Oh, that's what I've been doing wrong this whole time.
But it's put together with a really good edit. This thing said,
why didn't I think about just being nice to people?
35 million views. And that's what every single day we're getting now. What was so unique and special 12 years ago, 14 years ago, is being done daily by 20-year-olds with CapCut.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And on TikTok.
CapCut TikTok. Yeah. I feel like I'm reading a script of Star Wars. So, Boston will win tonight. The conversation will not be about how good Boston is. It won't be about the opponents that Boston beat. It won't be about the success of a team, the first time a team has won since, 05 Detroit. It'll be about the dissolve, the downfall, the destruction, the self-implosion of the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic.
I know, but also, I feel like the Mavs are sort of a forgettable team for a long time now.
For getting there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to find a special situation in history where because they won't rebound from this one, where they will be forgot. And I think the problem the Celtics are going to have legacy-wise, it'll be guys like Isaiah who are just blinded by their Laker fandom. They'll say, but who did they beat?
Yep.
That's what they'll do. And then if Boston doesn't win it next year, then it's not even like they won it this year. It's 5:31, and the tarp is on the field. When we get back from the break, we tell you what that means for you and your Friday night here at Ice Park. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Update from the ballpark because we are live at the ballpark. The tarp is on the field.
It's out there.
It's out there. So here's how it works. There's not been rain on the field yet. It has not rained on the field.
I heard there was some sprinkling outside the stadium.
So we heard there was some sprinkling outside of the stadium. And the way it works is Major League Baseball has to decide 30 minutes before the game if they're going to delay the game.
Okay.
So they have up until 30 minutes before the game. So
Which is at what, 6:05?
6:05 is correct. So you can kind of figure if we come back from the 6 o'clock break and the tarp is on the field, then we would in that moment more than likely be in a rain delay situation. So if you're trying to get down to the ballpark, as of right now, everything's still on pace, but be prepared to wear a jacket because the temperature has dropped off substantially.
It's breezy.
I'd say it's it's got to be in the 70s, closer and dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a light hoodie sort of.
That's what I'm wearing.
Look at that. No, I said light, not white. Both.
I really love the game of baseball. I think I've talked about this a lot, but it's even this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, where it's anything can happen with the field, anything can happen with the facility, but both teams are going to play on it.
I like it because even when this kind of stuff happens, it's not like a cold day at a football stadium. When you go to watch a football game and it's cold and snow, there's not a lot you can do except for just bundle up and grin and bear.
Try to survive.
Yeah.
Wonder why the hot chocolate guy is not coming around.
Here, it's kind of like it might be a little cooler than usual, but it's kind of a nice break from 100 degrees.
Yeah, which we have had, several days in a row now. And June has been like crazy hot. And the thing about being at the ballpark on a chill night like this is the ballpark's ready for it. Hey, going to the team store. Yeah, they got what you need. Also,
and it smells delicious here too.
Yeah, they got the Philly cheesesteaks out. There's it's a special time, and especially with summer being here now.
Yep.
So where the kids are, they're no longer exhausted, worn out, finalized from a school week. You working aren't also that thing. And then whenever the weekend rolls around, you got a little bit of gas left in your tank and maybe a little money left in your pocket.
Yeah.
You can come out, spend just a handful of bucks here at Iso Spark, and have as good of a family experience as you can have also in a really enjoyable temperature and weather right now.
Probably not a big coincidence that baseball season, the heart of baseball season, is right around Father's Day. Sounds like a nice Well, actually, my favorite Father's Day thing is to sit at home and do nothing. But
hey, what do you mean by nothing?
Well, watch TV. Let's say not nothing, but not like I'm not staring at the wall. But
if I don't know if I'm not wired right, but if I'm in a position where the expectation is I'm just watching TV, I'm losing my stuff. Like, I cannot just be like, I think I'm going to plop down.
Well, yeah, I guess that's just one of the things. I agree, but I'm also wired differently than you. But, I could also, one year I went on a bike ride with some other dads. We hit breweries along the way.
That's a good day.
That's a fun thing.
That's a fun day.
What I really like is to not be required to be anywhere at any time and have to do it. Like, I don't want to show up to brunch. I don't want a Father's Day brunch where everybody comes together and.
Well, and there's something not unfair but unnecessary about like constant expectation, right?
Yeah.
So let's use this weekend. You want to come out to Iso Spark? You got 3 days you can do that. You don't have to pick one. And you're like, well, friend, promo said, well, hey, you come out tonight,
get a body bag.
Get the body bag.
Yeah.
Get the cross body bag. You want to come out tomorrow, see the fireworks.
Yep.
You want to come out, also tomorrow's the Juneteenth celebration.
Oh, yeah.
You want to come out Sunday? Throw the ball around with your dad on the field. Also, now your dad, throw the ball around with someone on the field.
Find some guy.
Yeah. I will go down there, and I will do three-way catch with anyone they want.
Heard it here first.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning, I'm going out to Roadrunner Little League where my friend JJ Buck and Natasha Leba, where we will be helping the Ice Tubs at their adaptive clinic. We're really excited about this. I've done it the last 2 years in a row. It's been awesome. So the 2 years it's existed. Think of it's like a lot of alternative, ulterior. It's like a lot of different ways to play the game for individuals, specifically kids up to the age of 21, who aren't able to do it. So, like, think instead of a baseball bat, Andy, they're swinging a pool noodle. So instead,
Okay.
instead
I like that.
instead of throwing a baseball, they're throwing a sandbag.
I like that.
There's a lot of modification to the game that the Isotopes and Roadrunner Little League make to make sure that these kids are getting the experience. And you know who's going to be there alongside me? Isotopes players.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, as cool of an experience. So if you know an individual who is differently abled under the age of 21, I know there's a registration process. I'm telling you this, just come out tomorrow. Come out tomorrow. I will get you set up. The cost on this thing is $0. Show up, be a part of the thing, and if they say, well, you're not on the, say, Fred sent me. I will be there.
You're so nice. I think you've been watching this video about loving Jesus, but not religion.
I may have just became a helpiest.
Yeah. Yeah. The helpiest?
Well, it's like atheist, but it's the one read. Oh, wait, this would mean I don't like to do it.
We'll workshop that a little bit.
I want, if all you can do, if the limited things you can do is help others, you do those things.
Yeah.
When we get back on the other side, we wrap up this first hour with today's I-9 Varsity. It's the I-9 Varsity of designer brands, because I don't think I'm as disassociated as you are. I think I know what's cool.
And I don't. That is 100% true.
Tubing on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the ballpark. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're just a handful of minutes away from Josh Sean joining us on the broadcast. We're excited for that. League office 280 at 99sports.com, 505-312-4999. Registrations currently for flag football, soccer, baseball, cheerleading. You know they take advantage of the locations such as Loma Colorado Park, North Domingo Baca, James Monroe Middle School, Madison Middle School, Hoover, George Sanchez Youth Sports, La Cueva High School, and many others. Locations all over Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, Edgewood, and Bernalillo. All right, boys. Today's I-9 Varsity is the I-9 Varsity of Designer Brands. Isaiah, lead the way for us, brother. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Shaq brand.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Shaq
Yes.
brand?
Yeah.
Yes, Shaq shoes.
Okay.
Nice and affordable. They still are durable. They come in big shoe sizes. And, I wear a size 16. Now, I've never had a pair of Shaq shoes, but if I did want a pair of Shaq shoes, they also come in big sizes.
He also has the XLG that you can get at JCPenney, and he does sweet suits. And because I'm a big boy, like I'm just letting you know it's a nice suit and it's affordable, and you can get it at JCPenney. Isaiah, I think you would like it too. It comes in talls.
Okay, cool, because I was needing a suit pretty soon here within the next couple of weeks.
Also, I have the best tailor, so let me help you with that. Oh, yeah, it's this whole thing here. So, yeah, buy one, get one 50% off. So, he's got the big and tall, a small, large tall. So, this is a good get here. This is nice stuff. Looks like it. Andy Lyman?
Maybe for obvious reasons, I'm going to, first up, I'm going to go with Alexander Wang.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, as far as your lady going out on a nice night, it's hard to go wrong with just like a little black number from Alexander Wang.
Okay. I like it.
I'm going to go with Rockaware.
Oh, I knew you were going to go that type of route.
Yeah, it's a clothing brand founded in 1999 by Rockefeller Records. Obviously, that's, co-founders Damon Dash and Jay-Z. The annual sales like 700 million, boys. I mean, it's a pretty good little brand.
I like Rockaware. I had some Rockaware shirts. Fresh out of Gordman's.
Oh, there you go. Fresh out of Gordman's.
Basically Ross now.
Yeah. Isaiah?
I'm gonna go Sean John.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little edgy.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
Remember the Sean John jumpsuits? With he had the sweatpants that come with the zip up.
The Sean John jumpsuits now are all orange.
They're not very
Good one.
soft either.
Yeah. So, Andy?
I don't know if this counts as designer, but it's a throwback from when I was younger. Echo. Remember Echo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's designer in your opinion?
I don't know if it is, but it was expensive.
Give me OVO. OVO. It is the clothing line by Canadian rapper Drake. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Heard of him.
Annual sales of $250 million.
Put Drake's name on anything, you're gonna break in it.
It's got a little owl on it, so there you go.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
Isaiah?
Okay. I'm gonna go Fat Farm.
All right, good answer. Yeah, stealing the shine a little bit.
Yes, had the clothing and they had the shoes.
Shoes weren't anything. They were nothing special. Andy?
I'll finish up with Gucci. It's a classic.
Yeah, a little boring.
Yeah, but it's tested. It's been around for a while. It's recognizable. It's fancy.
I'm not saying no because I'm saying yes, but okay. Okay. What about the Billionaire Boys Club?
Don't know that one.
BBC? You're not familiar with that?
Didn't know that's what that stood for.
Yeah, it's a Pharrell Williams line.
Okay.
That's pretty sweet. That's some cool stuff.
I'll go with that.
There you go. Isaiah, last one.
Give me B-Loan. B-Loan, the signature B that is posted on the back of all the. It's the new age, like I never will own a shirt because one shirt probably is overpriced by like $100. But it's one of those brands. You have that V on there. That V just raises the value by like $200.
Now, are you meaning to say Vocal that Nelly created? Is that what you're talking about?
No, V-Lone, VLONE.
Vocal, a hip hop fashion brand launched in 1997 by Yomi and Nelly. Also, Nick Lofus, but no one super cares about him. I would agree. Vocal is excellent. Andy, last one.
Got to be a little bit of a smart aleck here, but it's also one of my favorites, Massimo.
Doesn't exist anymore.
It used to, and it used to be fancy.
Turned into Isaac Mizrahi. The real answer was Duke's Gear, boys. That's the real answer.
Real designer.
Yeah, the real designer brand is Albuquerque Duke's Gear, and I have a hat right here to prove it. Go see Steve Palmisano. When we get back from the break, voice of the Isotopes and one time a season, voice of the Albuquerque Dukes, Josh Sushan. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Wildflowers,
Afternoon drop.
Full Moon Fever.
I'll find it.
Number 2, Men On. Van Nunley and Fred
The
Slow. And in the on-deck circle.
Tom Brady and the Heartbreakers came out in
This is
76.
2 Men On.
You're going to get it,
Van
78.
Nunley and Fred
Damn the
Slow.
Torpedo, 79.
Back. The mic's hot.
Welcome back to Two Men On, live from the ballpark where we are in a rain delay. It is official. Take your time getting to the ballpark. Andy Lyman
It's
with
also it's a crazy day at the. Apparently, there's 2 different instances off of I-40. Looks like police took somebody into custody near Rio Grande and I-40.
Gosh.
And then also there's something else happening apparently near San Mateo and I-40. So and Carlisle.
So dodge I-40. Yeah.
Go on I-40.
Don't do that. And if you're like me and you're rushing up to Espanola to see Bush at Buffalo Thunder, 25 seems cool.
You're probably good.
Yeah, I'm cool on that thing.
Yeah.
Jasu, Sean, welcome to the program. Hair looks good, brother. I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, dude, just crazy day between yesterday's 100, today's in the 80s. It was raining earlier, crazy wind, massive storm that's hitting some people. As of now, we're still dry here, but that could change any minute. We will not start on time. We don't know how long of a delay it's going to be. It's going to depend on whether or not the storm gets us a tiny bit or a lot or none. And then, yeah, the police activity on I-40. I know people who went to lunch over there that went to Uptown to have lunch at 1 and didn't get back to this ballpark until 5.
Wow.
I know people it took an hour to get from Uptown to the ballpark just taking surface streets because of it was stopped in both directions. It's a wild Friday.
And I guess if you're already on I-40, don't be there. Leave.
Thanks for tuning in.
We have a captive audience of people who have been stuck in their cars. We should entertain them.
Josh, talk to me a little bit about the approach that professional team takes to weather. How important is it that the game gets played and it's not a doubleheader tomorrow?
Well, the first thought is
safety, obviously.
Yeah. I was going to say that if you're the players, you always have to have the mindset that we're going to play.
Yeah.
We're going to play at some point. Once you check out mentally and say, no, we're not playing, then you're in trouble. Especially as the starting pitcher. You need to absolutely just completely focus on playing. You always want to play the game, number one, because there's people who paid money who are here. They came here to watch a baseball game. And so you don't want to send them home without having them witnessing the thing that they paid money to come see. So that is a priority. Obviously, at a certain point, then you have to weigh in how late is this delay? How late is the game going to finish? What is the conditions of the field and those types of things? But I think the emphasis is always, let's play the game at some point today. Let's play as much baseball as we can. But then the other thing is the managers and the pitching coaches, what they will say is, we don't want to start the game if 15 minutes in, we stop the game because then that starting pitcher is done, and now we have to fill 8 or 9 innings in the bullpen, and that pitcher can't throw again until blah, blah, blah. So that's where all of the factors are that you're weighing.
Now, I was going to ask that. When do you call it, and say we're playing tomorrow?
So that's an interesting one because that one's loaded.
Yeah.
So the decision to start the game is not on the officials on the field until the game has started, and then it turns over to the officials on the field. Up until that, who makes those decisions, Josh?
Yeah, so when the exchange of lineup cards occurs to the umpires, that's when the umpires are in charge of whether the game is played, delayed, whatever. It's 99% of the time it is a collaborative decision. Sure. Ultimately, it is the decision of the Isotopes front office. So John Traub is the ultimate person who needs to make the call, but he's not going to make the call by himself. He's going to make that call, talk to the umpires, groundskeeper. When I say we, our groundskeeper is on the phone with the National Weather Service, getting their opinion. What does it look like the storm's going to do? So we get a lot of different people's expert opinions that weighs in. Then you also look at the field. If it had been raining, how long is it going to take to even get the field ready? The field is totally fine. It's covered now. So
it did not get wet.
It did not get wet.
Yeah. And then also, aside from professional and informed opinions, a lot of amateur opinions.
Yes, including the three of us. We all have these amazing devices in our pocket that gives us all the answers.
Yeah, I have AccuWeather, which I can't tell if you know by the name of it. It's accurate.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
accurate weather, AccuWeather. Also, you can kind of tell by all the shorts in attendance that most of the people here to watch the game don't have weather apps on their phones. It is chillers right now.
I've got a jacket on with a hoodie.
I am short sleeves and short.
Are you cold?
No, I'm fine.
Are you lying?
I'm a little fat, so.
To answer his question though about like how long do you wait? We've started games after 9 p.m. We've finished games after 1 a.m. Now that's not ideal. You don't want to do that, but it all depends.
I don't think I hate that though, because you end up with like cool story.
Yeah, you get weird baseball.
Yeah,
that happens, and there's really something to be said for rewarding the people who stuck it out. Right? You wait 2 hours, and then you get rewarded by watching a baseball.
Oh, I agree completely. And, so years ago, I used to do some stuff with a Frontier League team, which is like it's professional baseball, but it's indie ball. So when we would have rain delay, I mean, we were finding old giveaway T-shirts from however long ago, in a box, just to run them down to the fans that stuck it out in the stands, and it was every piece of popcorn we had popped was going to end up in a fan's hand at those games.
I think we're lucky that we have such a cool stadium too. There's stuff to do. Like you were saying, go to the shop, buy some merch, grab some food, maybe grab a drink, just hang out for a little bit.
I was here one time, no names, but with the owner of Sports and Wellness. So Sports and Wellness is multi-state brand. It's a bigger company than what you think it is. So when I was running one, I was here with the owner, and he's a guy who has millions of dollars. I don't know how you should describe that. So we're here for a game. It gets a little chilly. He goes to the pro shop, buys one of those Isotopes jackets. You know what I'm talking about? The really nice $150 one that you're like, okay, I'm going to have this in my closet forever, regardless if I wear it. And after it started to warm up, because this is Albuquerque, he just waited 5 minutes. He just left it on the seat next to him.
Oh,
I go,
was it a black Zippo with a hoodie? Is that like that lost and found?
That's when I knew I was at different levels with people. It was
like, oh, you're that kind of rich.
Yeah, you don't care about your brand new 5 minutes ago on the rack Isotopes jacket. They're a good partner, huh? Sports and Wellness, they do good.
Heck yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they've been with us for a long time. Yeah, they're a really good one.
Whenever I was running the health club, because I think all the players, but definitely all the staff, they all get access to Sports and Wellness, and they would come out there whenever I was working there, and not to big time anyone because it's the big leagues, but they would go out there and just be the kindest people to everyone in the facility, and it was really cool symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, so all the players and visiting players still have access, and I don't think as many utilize it anymore because the clubhouses at the ballpark have been upgraded so much.
Yeah.
Like I've talked to strength and conditioning coaches. We've had various over the years, and some say we just like to keep it so the guys are just focused and just come to the ballpark and get their work in there.
Yeah.
And then others say like, we like it when there's more room and they can kind of move around. So it all kind of depends. But, Major League Baseball has forced upon every minor league team such huge upgrades that a lot of times you don't need those gyms as much as you used to.
When you're on the road, and I'm not talking about like when you're slumming in El Paso, but when you're on the road, do you take advantage of like amenities at ballparks?
No. Like I wouldn't do that, but hotel gyms, yes. But no, I'm not going to go down and be like, hey, let me get my workout in the Isotopes Visitors Clubhouse. No, never. I would never do that.
No one would have a problem with that, though, right?
Probably not, but I still just feel like that's their space. Like I go down to the clubhouse to get a lineup, to get an interview, to drop off my equipment. If I have like a specific question or two that I need to ask, I don't just hang out, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm part of the team, but I'm not really part of the team. So I don't want to just linger and kind of try to pretend like I'm a member of the team.
Yeah.
I think we know what we just discovered what Fred would do.
Yeah. I'm one of the boys.
Yeah.
I'm telling your story. You know what I want? Every detail you want me to have so I can regurgitate it to your friends and family watching from afar who have supported and been a part of your journey in professional sports your entire life. Because I am the voice that you have in the booth telling the story of you on the field.
And I'd say the number of times that a player, whether it's on a bus or at the airport or someone, they look at me and they go, that's not for air. And my usual go-to response is, do you really think that my career is going to end based on that story? Because if my career is going to end, it's not going to be because of you or you or you or any of you, in fact.
That's sweet just to walk around needing a constant off-the-record button. Boys, we're off the record. Like, I don't.
My rule of thumb is always, we got to discuss if something's going to be off the record. You can't just drop a bombshell on me and say that's off the record.
See, a fellow journalist. What do we learn in journalism school?
Yeah.
There's no retroactive off the record. You have to
exactly.
say it in advance.
Yes.
I do this one where when I hear something that should be off the record, but it's very much on the record, I say, yeah, you read a story about a guy, and just let it roll. Also, journalism is like the way the three of us do it specifically. It could not be three different tasting forms of journalism. I am 0% journalist.
Yeah, we're a nice spectrum here.
You're like 99%. I think I'm like 49%.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yours is all by choice, not circumstance. I've never been the best play-by-play guy. I've always been the most entertaining play-by-play guy. Like, you might not know what's going on.
I feel like that's going to be me when I'm at Duke City Championship Wrestling.
June the 28th?
Yeah.
The Historic All-Right Theater?
I heard this story about Dave Niehaus the other day, longtime legendary announcer for the Mariners. May he rest in peace. And when Dave got hired, when Dave did that California Angels before the Seattle Mariners, and Gene Autry, the former owner of the Angels, went up to Dave and said something like, Dave, I love the way you call a game. It's not the game that I'm watching, but I love the way you call a game.
Gene Autry, who's dreaming of a white Christmas? Is that that can't be the same guy?
Yeah, that was the same owner of the Angels for all those years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
I have a Gene Autry suit in my closet that I bought from a Goodwill in Santa Fe. And in the breast pocket, there's a postcard that says, hey, thank you for the tailoring adjustments. Big fan of your work. Signed, Gene Autry.
I think you should wear that the next time you're out here at beautiful Rio Grande Credit Union Field on a Friday night concourse.
It's more your size than my size.
Maybe I should wear it.
Makes it even better for you to wear it.
I do not properly fit. So we got a rain delay. So programming is going to get a little fun. So whenever we go to break, we have some stuff. It's going to be great. And then we're going to go national. No, we're not. Okay, we're going to go with updates from you.
We're going to get a pre-recorded segment by me so that I can run upstairs. Full disclosure, journalism 101. Yeah. We're going to be totally transparent here. Yes. While I run upstairs, we're going to play a pre-recorded segment, and then I will come on live from upstairs and give an update about weather and what I'm hearing from the staff and from the groundskeeper about how long of a delay this might be, and then we will make a quick decision on the fly then.
I love this. How many texts do you get like in a rain delay moment, like up until these moments? It has to be hundreds.
Yeah, no, it's actually just a few because it's actually easier if you just wait for like, instead of like any update, it's just, this is the update. So it's usually just a couple.
How quickly will it go to like X whenever it's decided?
What does X mean?
It's similar to Twitter.
That's what I thought.
The new name for Twitter.
You mean like, oh, there's the traveling music. Once a decision is made, then you just boom, go. Do it. Okay? Yeah.
Noted.
All right.
Josh Sushan,
Drive safely.
it was nice to see you.
Good to be seen.
Yeah,
Good to see
yeah.
you guys.
Such a busy guy. Andy Lyman, thank you for filling in today.
Hope everything is zen for you on your trip up to.
Awesome. So sweet. Isaiah Johnson, you are okay. Just going to let that one ride today. It's been a long week. For Isaiah Johnson, for Andy Lyman, I have Person Coach Love. Good job, everyone. GJ.